At the Hennepin County Courthouse, judges see crimes of all kinds, but they've never heard a case like this.
The first labor trafficker in Hennepin County.
Madeline Lohman of Advocates of Human Rights says the case against Ricardo Batres isn't unique. It's the kind of abuse her organization hears about daily in the construction industry. But rarely do cases make it this far.
Figuring out how to build the case is difficult, and victims are very afraid. Traffickers do a lot of work to make victims unwilling to come forward.
4 former employees say Batres used their status as undocumented immigrants against them, forcing them to work long hours in unsafe conditions and denying them health care so Batres could avoid paying workers' compensation insurance. Employees say Batres used death threats and threats of deportation to keep them quiet. Labor unions stepped in and reported Batres when an employee was injured so badly on the job that he had to go to the hospital.
These types of atrocities happen everywhere in the industry of construction.
Samantha Serrano Vargas says she used to see this type of abuse all the time as a construction framer. Through an interpreter, she explained why this case is so important.
Everything that we heard up there is real, and what I've seen, the threats of killing people, the different threats of retaliation against workers, this is stuff that is happening out there.
While victims and advocates feel the sentence was too lenient in this case, with Batres receiving 270 days in jail and 5 years probation, they still see this conviction as a victory, sending a message to traffickers that courts are cracking down.
We know that we're seeing sort of the tip of the iceberg with these cases.
Gordon Severson, KARE 11 News.
Well, the sentence today was part of a plea deal Batres agreed to back in November. He will report to jail tomorrow morning.